About 3,000 years ago, ancient sages and yogis in India explored the nature of consciousness and reality, striving to understand the unseen dimensions of existence. These teachings were codified in the Yoga Sutras of Patanjali, a foundational text that describes advanced states of consciousness, often known as siddhis, extraordinary abilities achieved through rigorous meditation, concentration, and self-discipline. Through practices such as samyama, practitioners learn to manipulate consciousness itself, accessing powers like telepathy, clairvoyance, and even the ability to affect the elements. Yet, these powers were understood not as ultimate goals, but as byproducts of reaching a heightened state of awareness. They revealed that reality is not the rigid structure many assume it to be. Instead, it is fluid, malleable, and responsive to consciousness and intention. In these practices, the ancients touched upon the idea that the boundaries of what we call reality are permeable, and these teachings aimed at helping practitioners see beyond the surface. They recognized that the mind, body, and soul could act as channels for a far-reaching network of energy, an interconnected field in which each individual was a part. In today's terms, this field is often described as a quantum lattice, where consciousness can access levels beyond the immediate sensory world. This lattice, or unified field, allows the mind to reach into dimensions beyond time and space, merging personal consciousness with the universal, often achieving insights that would be otherwise hidden. This brings us to the modern era and to the remarkable research done by figures such as Jacobo Grinberg, a Mexican neuroscientist. Grinberg's work was dedicated to understanding this interaction between consciousness and reality, and he saw the mind not as a creator of consciousness, but as a receiver that could tune into an all-encompassing energetic field. His research explored what he termed the lattice, a concept that has parallels with ancient Hindu ideas of interconnectedness through the Akashic records or cosmic mind. This lattice, he proposed, holds a pre-space framework for all experiences and forms a collective consciousness that shapes our perceived reality. Grinberg's theories presented the idea that the mind could directly influence and even create aspects of reality by connecting to this shared energetic network. In this view, powers like telepathy, remote viewing, and healing are not supernatural, but are natural extensions of consciousness, accessible to those who can remove self-imposed limitations. This perspective on reality invites us to reconsider the boundaries we typically accept between mind and matter. These ideas are strikingly echoed in the Gateway process developed by the CIA, which investigated whether specific meditation and sound frequency techniques could enable participants to reach an altered state of awareness, effectively unlocking the mind's hidden potential. The process used binaural beats to synchronize the brain's hemispheres, helping participants achieve states of coherence that allowed them to experience a level of consciousness beyond physical limitations. Similar to yogic practices, this process proved that the mind could access a broader spectrum of reality. In their exploration, practitioners reported experiences that closely resembled those described by yogis and mystics: the sensation of unity with all things, an ability to perceive distant events, and even the possibility of interacting with other dimensions. This brings to light a significant point: that what ancient spiritual traditions have taught about the nature of reality and consciousness is not mere mythology, but a profound truth that modern science is beginning to rediscover. Expanding on this idea, we encounter stories from those who have had near-death experiences, such as Andy Petro and Anita Moorjani. Both individuals reached a state where physical and mental boundaries dissolved, and they encountered realms beyond this world. Andy Petro's experience, during which he momentarily left his physical body and merged with a profound light, revealed an insight shared by sages and mystics across time: that reality as we know it is a construct, a limited perception of a far more expansive existence. Andy described how, in his state of being the light, he understood everything about existence, and he realized that love is the fundamental force that binds the universe together. Anita Moorjani's story is equally compelling. Struggling with terminal cancer, she had a near-death experience that allowed her to expand her awareness beyond her body, observing a dimension where she saw how her life choices, emotions, and fears had manifested in her illness. She encountered an immense sense of love and peace, realizing that fear had shaped her reality and that true healing lay in self-love. Her experience is a reminder that we are part of a boundless, interconnected energy that can be transformed through consciousness. Such experiences have been documented in various studies. At the Stanford Research Institute, experiments in remote viewing demonstrated that participants could accurately describe distant locations, underscoring the idea that consciousness is not bound by physical location. Research at Princeton's Engineering Anomalies Research Lab further revealed that human intention could influence physical systems, suggesting a subtle yet powerful link between mind and matter. These experiments support the idea that consciousness is far more than the brain's product. It may indeed be an instrument that can interact with reality in surprising ways. Turning back to the teachings of the Yoga Sutras, we find techniques like Samyama, which Patanjali described as a three-step method involving concentration, meditation, and unification. Samyama, in practice, allows the meditator to delve into the essence of any object or idea, achieving direct knowledge beyond intellectual understanding. This technique leads practitioners to a state of no self, where the ego dissolves and the unity of all existence becomes a lived experience. Patanjali warned, however, that while siddhis can be developed through such practices, they can also become distractions, drawing practitioners away from the ultimate goal of spiritual liberation. Samyama offers a practical example of how consciousness can move beyond surface perceptions. By focusing intently on an object, whether it be a flower or a more abstract concept such as space or the self, practitioners can eventually merge their awareness with the object's essence, realizing that all is interconnected. This method allows the boundaries between observer and observed to blur, revealing the underlying unity. Through consistent practice, one can potentially reach a state of consciousness where the individual no longer feels separated from the universe, but perceives an intrinsic connection with everything. An ancient understanding that finds resonance in these modern studies is the idea that reality operates on dual principles: unity and individuality. Grinberg's insights, based on the lattice concept, echoed this balance between oneness and diversity, describing how consciousness both unites and distinguishes. When these forces are in harmony, we experience balance in our inner and outer lives. However, the tendency towards separation has led to the challenges humanity faces today, from personal suffering to global crises. Grinberg proposed that reconnecting with the lattice through love and awareness could restore this balance, as love is the force that unites and heals. The unity described in these spiritual and scientific insights points to a powerful realization that love is more than an emotion. It is the fabric of existence itself, the energy that holds the universe in cohesion. Those who have experienced near-death states, yogic meditation, or advanced stages of consciousness consistently report feeling this unity, emphasizing that love is the primal energy that underlies all things. By rediscovering this state, humanity can bridge the gaps that have led to conflict, isolation, and environmental degradation, creating a more harmonious existence. Practices of self-awareness and meditation thus become essential. They reconnect individuals with their true nature, reminding them that beyond the physical self lies an expansive consciousness connected to everything. By observing thoughts, sensations, and emotions without judgment, one can begin to let go of the mental filters that distort perception. This practice, over time, allows individuals to access a deeper awareness that transcends the limitations of the mind. These teachings suggest that every person has the potential to reach this awareness, to see through the illusions created by the mind, and to experience a profound unity with all life. The message here is clear. Humanity is not limited to the physical world, and each individual holds an immense capacity for transformation. Through practices like meditation and self-observation, one can open the door to the vast potential within. This journey of consciousness invites each individual to become a participant in a far-reaching mystery, where reality is not fixed, but dynamic, shaped by perception and intention. The experiences of ancient yogis, modern researchers, and those who have touched other realms all point to a deeper truth about our nature, that we are not merely physical beings, but expressions of an infinite field of consciousness. The power within this realization lies in its potential to transform lives, guiding individuals toward a purpose that transcends material existence and awakens them to a profound understanding of love, unity, and interconnectedness. Through this perspective, each person's life becomes an opportunity to explore and expand consciousness, to bridge the visible and invisible realms, and to live in harmony with the universal field that connects all things. In understanding this, humanity takes a step toward realizing its true potential, awakening to a deeper reality where the boundaries between self and universe dissolve, revealing the limitless power of love and unity.